Hi guys, so I made it out. Day 2, part 2. Although, even though I've made it out, it hasn't gone according to plan. So the problem that I've had was that I thought, you know what, I'll come out for sunset. And I picked the location. It was one that I'd already had in mind, pre-planned, kind of. It was a toy in between a couple. Got down here, sun was setting in the wrong place. The cloudy skies that the sunny intervals had talked about, pretty non-existent. And so there are some low-lying clouds on the horizon, but what I actually decided to do is I picked a spot here where I'm actually just playing about with the long exposures again. I do love a little bit of long exposure on coastal photography, so what I'm doing is, you can see behind me, you've got this rock jutting out into the sea, and you've also got this large rock with this area here jutting out as well. Now, I'm just waiting. Tide is actually on its way in, which means that I'm getting quite a lot of the big waves coming quite close as well. I have got quite a lot of the pebbly beach area in the foreground, which I'm probably going to turn this into more of a 16:9 or something along those lines. But I'm waiting for the big waves, and as I'm waiting, obviously the light is getting lower, which means I can extend the shutter speed to make it an even longer exposure. Now, on this one, as you've just seen there, as the waves are coming over as well, they're washing over that section, which will add a nice ghostly effect to it as well. So far so good, it's all been pretty pleasing. There's a big wave just coming in now. Go! So I'm using the remote shutter to trigger it, because I'm trying to time it with the waves. Now, it was a lot more difficult to time with the waves when I was using a short shutter speed, but now I'm using a longer one. It's not so bad. So I'm going to get back to the photography, and I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Okay, so I'm actually back in my living room. I'm back from Wales now, and rather than actually going on to video, I thought I would just do a voiceover of these images. Now, when I first got down there, I'd intended to go for sunset, and it didn't exactly go to plan. I saw the images on the back of the camera, and I wasn't overly happy with how they'd turned out. However, now I've actually got them home and on the computer, they weren't as bad as I thought they were, which is why I've managed to stick them up for you now. Okay, so now we're looking at these long exposures that I was so excited about. Now, the first thing you'll notice as well is that these are actually cropped down to a 16:9. It just got rid of a little bit of the sky, and also as well some of that pebbly beach that you would see down the front. There was a little bit too much of that for my liking, which is why I decided to crop them down to get rid of some of it. Now, as we move through these images, you will see that they do all look slightly different in appearance. Now, they are all pretty much the same. They're framed exactly the same. It's just, as the time has gone on, there's a good sort of 5 or 10 minutes between each of these pictures. And if you think about how quickly the sun actually goes down, it's amazing how much the light can actually change. Now, the very last image is by far my favourite. We just sort of descended into the blue hour and it had given that lovely blue colour. Now, I've not changed that in Photoshop at all. That is exactly as it was shot in camera. I'm really pleased with that last picture as well. I think it just worked out absolutely fantastically, and it's my real pick of the bunch from this whole vlog. Now, in true style, if you have obviously liked this vlog, do give us a thumbs up. I know it's a very short one, and unfortunately I'm having to do this voiceover purely because it was pitch black by the time I got round to finishing up and packing up my gear. So yeah, drop us a like and also drop us a subscribe from down the bottom. We do have a really awesome video coming next week. I'm really excited about this one. And also as well, we have got some other vlogs coming from a tour we've also just got back off as well. So do give us a subscribe. And yeah, this is Mike out. Take it easy, everyone. Peace.